are dead in his hometown. And you're telling me that the old Buhari will be there, he will not say anything. 7 children killed in his own hometown. You people are truly daft. You Nigerians, you niggers from the zoo, you are truly, truly daft. Daft beyond recognition. Daft. 7 children are dead. And Nigeria, let's make it better. The people are dying every day. The young pilot is dead. Helicopter is dead. Your soldiers are being slaughtered in Boko Haram territories. Bandits are ravaging you every day. Fulani terrorists, allies everywhere, killing you, taking over your land. And you have the temerity to wake up in the market and we will fix it if we restructure it, if we do this, if we are governors. You people are, you have abandoned the real issue. There is a place where I come from, in the village. You abandon the main problem itself, which is that as long as the zoo Nigeria remains one, you will die. You will perish. You will die. Your children will die. Your fathers will die. Your mothers will die. Your uncles will die. And nothing will be done about it. The sooner you realize that, the better for everybody. And then you work towards dismantling it. 7 children dead. Todulope Arotile dead. His uncle dead. In the zoo. Nobody is reaching their potential. Only looters and criminals. Only criminals in political office. Only them attain the height of their profession. Every other person is suffering. And you wake up in the morning and you go to a television station and Nigeria, I believe in multi-diversity, in multiculturality, talking garbage and trash that you don't know about. That's how foolish some of you are. How daft some of you are. And you claim you went to school. What sort of school is that you went to? What sort of school? 7 children are dead. It doesn't touch you. It doesn't affect you because they're not your children. You don't care. That is that wickedness in a black man that is keeping Africa in perpetual poverty. There is this wickedness in a black man. Wickedness and evil. Evil. 7 children dead. Children, not adolescents, not teenagers. Children dead. You're not moved. You're a black man or black woman. You're not touched. How evil can you people get? How horrible. If you don't destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will destroy all of you. Let me tell everything I tell you, write it down and the date down. Every prophecy I give is accurate 100%. Nigeria will kill all of you. You watch and see. The idea is fooling yourselves around. Allow that primordial, destructive instinct in a black man, envy, greed, and jealousy to destroy all of you. In the zoo, it will swallow you. This is the hard man. When Buhari was alive, because he's the hard man, he's a general. Look at insecurity in his own compound. 7 children killed. And some of you cannot reason very well. Because to you, the little envy inside you is more important than you express it. It's more important for you to express your envious nature than to fight the evil that is in front of you. Hopeless people everywhere. Is that over? That's in Katsina. Let us go to Kano. State by state, in the zoo. What is happening in Kano? Bandits stormed the home in Kano of a lawmaker, and the 17-year-old daughter is gone. Do you think he's going to see the daughter again? He's in Kano. They are the one Nigeria people. Let's have one Nigeria. They don't know that if you have an Arewa nation or a Hausa people are big enough to be a nation of their own, do you think this nonsense will happen? Of course not. Of course not. Because you've allowed everybody to pick up AK-47. Nobody's complaining, oh no. But watch the day now that IPOB will come out to defend our land. You will see them, their mouth will start running like a broken tap. You say in the north, 17-year-old girl gone from the home of a lawmaker. I still want Nigeria, yes? You love Nigeria, don't you? The girl is gone, never to come back. Like Leah, they're gone, she's gone. She will give birth to offspring of terrorists for the rest of her life. 17 years. She's too old. By this time next year, she will give birth to the first child. You love one Nigeria, don't you? Do you see how foolish all of you are? Do you see how daft all of you are? One Nigerian is. How foolish you are. One day they come and take your own child, and all you can say is, it's bad, do something now, reshuffle the defense chiefs, talking garbage, as always. Garbage. But your child is gone. That is the thing that's the big difference between white people and black people. Whites will sit down, analyze. They will not bother with the symptoms. They go to the root of the problem and they will solve it. But in this case, you're black. Hey, he's bad. Nothing person no go see for this country, and that's the end of it. And they are gone. Back to their gossipy old ways. Gossipy old ways. Useless set of people. Sometimes I ask God why he created black people. I'm telling you this. Well, useless and hopeless. You don't reason. Little girls blown to bits, dead. In neighboring Kano State, a girl in her father's house, a little girl, 17 years old, in her father's house, Fulani, Miyet Yala came there and kidnapped her. And some of you wake up to open your useless thinking mouth to say Nigeria, one Nigeria, we want Nigeria as a country. You are useless. Useless beyond redemption. I feel for the family and I feel for the little girl. I feel for them, honestly speaking. It's very, 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 very sad. And I don't know people that wake up in the morning to talk about Nigeria, what type of God made you people? If you come out and say, I believe in Nigeria, I'm asking you, what type of Satan, not God, what type of Satan created you? Another news is coming. Somebody said, not me, no, what I'm telling you is what you newspapers are reporting, not me. Patriotic soldiers are being killed off by their own colleagues in the north. Who are those their colleagues? Are they not the Boko Haram that you brought into the army? Do you see how foolish Nigerians and Nigeria, all of you, do you see how useless you are? I want to prove it, how useless you are. Your soldiers are fighting those you claim are terrorists, of course, financed by Fulani people. It was Buhari and his group, when he was alive, that started Boko Haram. They didn't fall from heaven. He said an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. It is the truth. They've gone and they've removed it from search engines, but it's the truth. We still have the picture, the headline from this day newspaper. You went, they deployed you to Maiduguri to go and fight Boko Haram, and you went into battle with them. You killed some, they killed some of you. You captured some of them as prisoners of war. And instead of actually dealing with them or holding them until the war is over, you now release them prematurely and recruit them into the army. They now join you to go and fight their colleagues. Are you mad? Do you see how foolish Nigeria is? Are you sick in the brain? That is why this soldier is saying that those of us who are patriotic, we are being killed by our fellow soldiers in the army. Do you see how the zoo rolls? Do you see how the zoo rolls? Do you see how they roll? I will read it for you so you will know. My fellow soldiers shot me on the battlefield for killing Boko Haram fighters. A soldier is reporting. A former Nigerian soldier has alleged that he was shot by his fellow soldiers on the battlefield for killing too many Boko Haram fighters. That is your country? Hey, we want restructuring. We want to reshuffle. We need a new security architecture. People talking rubbish. Talking nonsense every day on their useless TV stations. Rubbish every morning and evening. That is what they do. They never ever address the issues. Why are you recruiting terrorists into the army? Nobody can answer that. Nobody can. They've been saying they can be president if they want to be. That is how they are. Zoo for you. Zoological Republic. Because when you see a black person and you feel that they are reasonable and they're educated, they are polished, they're enlightened, as soon as you begin to engage them in a conversation, you become disappointed. You notice how empty and vacuous they are. Black people, there is something wrong with a lot of them. Something fundamentally wrong with their reasoning process. I'm telling you the truth. And as this whole nonsense is going on, the colonization agenda is gathering momentum. It doesn't matter how much they loot. It doesn't matter how much they steal from you. Their agenda is still going on. The agenda is still going on in the zoo. Zoo animals. The agenda is still on. And what is the agenda? I'm going to please publish the list of all retired, those who have retired a few days ago. 90% of them are Southerners. Those of them that voted for APC from the West, this is your handiwork. Well done. They are retired, many of them. Major General Uden, Ilo, Ijoma, Ejimai, Akem, Atewe, Wiwa, Ali, Kole Oson, Aliyu, Agati, Okonkwo. These are Brigadier General Okonkwo retired. Brigadier General Ogidi retired. All retired from the army. They are preparing for complete takeover and onslaught. We know about all these things, but what are we doing about it? The zoo is there. The Zoological Republic is still there. You will see people that are, let's say our nation in 2023, who is going to be president? And I wonder what type of planet these people are inhabiting. Look at your zoo. All your generals are being retired from the army. All of them. Look at the list. Please, Makatra, and publish it. The list is here for all to see. Everybody. Nicholas Achinze. That was the Dasuki's ADC. Colonel retired. All of them. Oh, very, very sad indeed. These are people that spent decades deceiving everybody, that Biafra is a bad thing, Igbo man is out to dominate everybody. Today, they are not only dominating you, they are also killing you on top of it. That is Fulani for you. They spent years deceiving all of you. Bendel, Niger Delta, South, Midwest, Upper West, Middle Belt, gerrymandering and cutting people up into pieces, whereas they are busy planning. Every day they are planning. Every house to take you over. And those of us, I will say those of us from the South, because that's the development, I'll talk about that later on. Those of us from the South, always messing about and, of course, allowing our envious nature to get the best part of us. Here it is now. Who's going to save you? This Fulani presidency they have, as somebody said, they have serially, deceitfully, and masterfully completed the configuration of the entire zoo security structure. They have now placed it firmly in the hands of northern Muslims, Fulani alone, to the exclusion of every other ethnic bloc in Nigeria. Yet, people that went to school cannot see this as a problem. They don't see that as a problem. That's how sad they are. Now, let me tell you something that you don't know. Can you imagine this being Jonathan's administration? Hey, by now, every Biafran in the north would have been beheaded by now. Let me call them out for you so you know. Those who are responsible for the mess in the zoo and why they place their men in all key positions. Chief of Army Staff is from the north, Muslim. Fulani, forget Hausa Fulani. There is nothing like Hausa Fulani. Hausa Fulani people are vassals to the Fulani people. If Hausa is vassal to the Fulani, they are nothing. Please, don't say Hausa Fulani is Fulani. Police Inspector General of Police, Police IG, Northern, Muslim, Fulani. Minister for Defense, Northern, Muslim, Fulani. Minister for, these are heavy portfolios. Minister for Internal Affairs, Northern, Muslim, Fulani. National Security Advisor, Northern, Muslim, Fulani. DSS, DSS, that's the Director General of DSS, the Secret Police, Northern Muslim Fulani. The Chief of Staff, Northern Muslim Fulani. APC to President, Northern Muslim Fulani. The Chief Secretary Officer to President, Northern Muslim Fulani. Protocol to President, Northern Muslim Fulani. Private Secretary to the President, Northern Muslim Fulani. DG Customs, Northern Muslim Fulani. DG EFCC, the one they just suspended, Northern Muslim Fulani. DG Nigeria Prisons, Northern Muslim Fulani. DG Immigration, Northern Muslim Fulani. Minister for Petroleum, Northern Muslim Fulani. Minister for FCT, Northern Muslim Fulani. And you are still in one Nigeria, yes? Are you all part of the same one Nigeria? Funny, foolish people. You are not only funny, but you are very foolish. You Nigerians, nigger people. You are not only funny, you are very, very foolish. Look at it. If this had been Jonathan's administration or Obasanjo, you won't come outside the next day. But here you are. And people are defending this. People are defending this. Oh, black people in this UG. Black. Let me tell you something, please. Amaka also published this very one. There was an intercepted telegram. The M branch, our own IPOB intelligence, the very best there is. It's just because we don't have a state. The very best, I tell you. We intercepted a secure communication between an army officer in the field and the zoo defense headquarters over the mess going on in the Fulani-controlled north, in the phony war against Fulani terrorism. It's not Boko Haram or ISO, it is Fulani terrorism. That's what you're fighting, Fulani terrorism. Fulani corrupt feudal lords fighting Fulani terrorism, they themselves create. That's what's happening. They say our army is in the northwest fighting insurgency, no? Who created the insurgency? Fulani. Who are the insurgents of Fulani? Who are the terrorists of Fulani Muslims? That's who they are. And who are the ones fighting them? Okay, Fulani officers, but with southern recruits, the ones who are being killed. This is a letter. I will try to read this letter verbatim. Please, Amaka, publish it. It's a highly classified document. I think they'll be wondering, they shouldn't wonder anymore. I know what happens inside Asorok. Is it defense headquarters that I will not know? I know everything. We know everything. Listen. Sir, this is a communication from an officer in the field to defense headquarters in Abuja. From Maiduguri to Abuja. Listen very carefully, please. Sir, terrorist ambush. You know the telegram. That's a full stop. At about 0714 0714108, that's what the army code. July 20. Troops of Sector 2 were ambushed by suspected terrorists at Bulabulin in Damboa local government area. Full stop. 2S, which is 2 teams of reinforcement, were dispatched to the scene. Full stop. The first team confirmed the details at the scene, while the second team linked up and returned to the camp. Own card, as Chief of Army Staff, OWN, killed in action 23 soldiers. Wounded in action, one times 2 soldiers, whatever that means. Missing in action, unconfirmed. Many of them are missing, taken prisoner or taken hostage by Boko Haram. However, the WIA, wounded in action, WIA, are currently being stabilized at the brigade FBAMB. I don't know what that means. Brigade FBAMB. We will need to analyze this more. While some are those who are seriously injured are undergoing operations. Further details later. Now, number 2. The army is now, according to a telegram, advancing into the Timbuktu Triangle. He's saying advance into the Timbuktu Triangle is becoming cumbersome now that the rain is at top gear. It's rainy season there, so rain is falling there. Coincidentally, terrorist elements have reinforced their defenses to halt the advance and any army incursions into the area. Unfortunately, troops ambushed by daylight shows the level of preparation by ISWA, no longer Boko Haram. Listen carefully. They lie to you always. They tell it is Boko Haram they're fighting. No, they're fighting Iswa. And who is Iswa? Iswa is Al-Badawi, the son of the Boko Haram founder and leader, the dead Muhammad Yusuf. This was the boy, the system boy was going to court the same time that I was going to court. In 2016. This boy was arrested. Al-Badawi was arrested. This was the boy that Buhari himself recruited. I don't know why people are so daft. Buhari himself recruited this very boy to split Boko Haram, no matter whatever, you know, when they find you very difficult, they try to split you by forming groups. They brought out this boy to challenge Shekau. Shekau was too strong. You know what Buhari did? Buhari now said, you people should not attack mosques or civilians, only attack non-believers, infidels, and the army. That was his comment. Do you know what happened to this boy when he was in court? He was released from high court in Abuja in broad daylight. He was not tried, he was released. When Buhari asked for this boy to be released, he gave him his own command, his own terrorist group, ISWA. They aligned with ISIS because Buhari was a very big fan of ISIS. Ask yourself, why was this boy taken to court in Abuja and released? Whereas those who are agitating for freedom without any guns or bombs are still being detained. Ask yourself that question. He came out. He is not the one now fighting them back. Can you see it here? It's not Boko Haram, but it's one. And the man is now warning that the commander is now telling DHQ, Defense Headquarters in Abuja, that this should not be taken lightly. Troops were also ambushed at Komala Axis on June 20th, and 11 soldiers were killed while escorting commuter vehicles. Please, Amaka, publish the pictures of those dead soldiers that the world may know. That IPOB intelligence is one in town. Publish their pictures because we have them. Publish it, that the world may know how formidable we are. Please note, listen on. Please note, number of IED incidents have also increased, suggesting that ISWA, that's ISIS, are initiating all available means to frustrate troops' incursions. As such, it is requested that air raids are initiated within Damboa axis to hit hard and neutralize reinforced terrorist camps and what they may have carted away. Do you know that? They defeat the army and they take the army equipment from this view. Are you aware of that? So I'm telling America and Britain, because they're all listening, all that equipment you provide to Nigerian army, they are now in the hands of ISIS in West Africa, ISWA. Because it's here, confirmed by the army. This is a telegram of the army. It's secret, but I have it. We have it. We are IPOB. And there is nothing they do we don't know. And they know it. Here it is. If Boko Haram is bad, then you can see that the people who are actually bad is ISIS, not Boko Haram. You can see it here from the telegram. This could also, they are now asking for bombing raids to be carried out in their own land in the north. Remember what I told you in the year 2012? I told you in the year 2012 that everything that Biafra endured during the war, that our enemies will go through it. Today they are in IDP camps. They are suffering from malnutrition. They are being raped. They are women in IDP camps, yes, and they are now dropping bombs. The same thing they did, but they are now dropping bombs in the lands of the north. Everything that I told you. Everything that I told you about. And he said, number 3, respectfully forwarded for your information and necessary actions, sir. This is from the battlefield to defense headquarters. And we intercepted it. We have their pictures and we have this very telegram as well. Or should I say a dispatch. And if you add to all this nonsense you have seen, Fulani at the helm of every security outfit, yet look at the scale of this security. And Britain is not talking. Nobody is saying anything. No, not at all. Because he's their favorite child who is in the name of their favorite tribe that is in power. Fulani, they cannot do it. To the British, the Fulani cannot do any wrong. They can kill everybody. Britain will say is former header clash. Or a natural phenomenon. That's what they will say. Unbelievable. added to all of these things, the head of the National Assembly or Senate is a northern Muslim. The head of judiciary is a northern Muslim. The head of the court of appeal, northern Muslim. And you are still in the zoo, shouting one Nigeria. Shame on to all of you, all of you. Why is it that some people do not see anything bad in this arrangement and in this development? Why can't people see something bad in it? The answer, in my own reckoning, is in the DNA of the black man. The satanic nature of a black man. Always gravitating towards evil. Always gravitating towards evil. Anywhere you see evil, you see a black man. You see them supporting evil. Shamefully and, should I say, hopelessly supporting evil. Look at the zoo. Nigeria, created by the British and given to you. I'm a proud Nigerian. I'm from Nigeria. I'm proud. Did you create Nigeria? It was created. It was created by the British. Not you. It is now DNA. Now, the full intention of the Fulani presidency is now clear for everybody to see. Is it in the lopsided arrangement? Is it in their overbearing domination of every apparatus of state? Every department they are there. I call it modern day Fulani colonialism. And some of you cannot see. Every day you come, you are begging them, oh, why don't you give us one slot? Give us one position now. And the funny thing is that they are doing all these things without any recognized head of state. There is nobody who is the president. There is no vice. When was the last time you saw Sibajo? Nobody can tell me till today. You all know that very well, don't you? Fulani, they are doing all of these things to you without head of state. Imagine when they have a proper head of state, what they would do to all of you. Now, do you understand? Now, do you understand? Now you know, don't you? It's true. That is how they roll. That is how the zoo operates. That is how they roll. The zoo military Fulani, they are getting ready for their full-scale jihad. They are still using the name of the dead Buhari regime, their Mr. President. When I hear people talk about Mr. President, I get very sick. The cowardly southern political class is doing exactly as they are told, because it was the Janjaweed that brought them out. It was Fulani that appointed all of them. They decide who goes and who doesn't. Look at Imo State, for example. Tells you all you need to know about this zoo. About this zoo. The day black people, supposedly educated black men, accepted to answer the name nigger as a name was the day we seal our miserable fate. Nigeria. Awolowo was there. I think he went to school in America. He was in America. So he should have known what the word nigger meant. He came back, he said, I want to be the president of Nigeria. Very sad indeed. Only Biafra can save the black race. And this is the reason why Satan, and all his agents are doing their best to distract us. They are doing their best to stop us. But they will continue to fail very woefully. Woefully, they will fail, as they have always failed. The Zoo Nigerians, they think mere rhetoric can save them. Talking about presidency, let us restructure. They know. They have conveniently forgotten that this rogue Fulani regime means evil for everybody. You will all suffer and die in it unless you reason and become sensible now, not tomorrow. Now, not tomorrow. They control customs. Why did they control that? Let us tell you, somebody did a very good job. In fact, Dr. Abaziambe, that was what he wrote as his name. Let me tell you, he did a very beautiful work. Let me explain to you why they control you, why they have Fulani has control over your lives. I'm telling you, for some of you, the level of control that Fulani has over your lives, I don't think another thing has it. I'm telling you the truth. Listen, the Fulani, they control the customs so they can bring in weapons of war all the way to Kaduna Dry Port. That was why they did. They planned it very well, El-Rufai and the dead Buhari. They planned it very well and they executed it now. Dry Port in Kaduna. They control immigration so they can bring in as many Fulani fighters from across West Africa and North Africa as possible. They control the police so there will be no investigation and enforcement of laws against killer Fulani headsmen. They control the National Assembly so there will be no adverse parliamentary proceedings against them. They control the DSS so that if you talk, they will shut you down. They control the judiciary so that once your case reaches the Supreme Court, it is dead. They control the army so that if you fight back, they will use federal resources to python dance you. They control the executive branch so they can dip into the national treasury to fund the Fulanization of Zoo, Nigeria. They control the Ministry of Information so they can control what you hear and set up their own radio station. They control Yoruba Muslims to make sure that the South stays divided. What other proof do you need? What other proof do you need, I ask you? None whatsoever. Now, to make matters worse, some of you may have forgotten, but it's our job to remind you. We keep forgetting, we keep reminding you. The Fulani, I'm going to quote verbatim, a statement by the Fulani Nationality Movement issued in Kanu as a press statement on Saturday, January 13, 2018. You have all forgotten, but we have not. So we're going to remind you. Now, this is what the media really said. The Fulani Nationality Movement, FUNAM, F-U-N-A-M, after extensive deliberations on the state of the nation, we hereby make the following declaration. These are Fulani people, your fellow Nigerians, all of you are in your beautiful zoo together playing catch me and kill me with them. This is what they're saying, your fellow Nigerians. That we have asked all Fulani across West Africa to raise money and arms to prosecute the oncoming war. We call on all Fulanis to prepare for this holy war. There is no going back. All over the world, Nigeria is the only country given to Fulani by God. That the cattle colony is the only solution to this crisis. Whether the federal government or state governments accept or not, we have asked all Fulani headsmen all over West Africa to move to Nigeria and penetrate every corner for the upcoming jihad. We have asked them to be armed, since it seems it is the only language Nigeria understands. A statement by Fulani Nationality Movement, FUNAM, Saturday, January 13, 2018. And you will think, some will say, oh no, it's propaganda. Oh, he leave IPOB. They are always doing their propaganda. They are casting the government in a bad light. You know when they do, that's why when they go out, they go to Vietnam, they tell the Vietnamese government, don't allow IPOB here. They're giving us, I'll get to that later. They're giving us problem. But that thing they said, the Fulani said in 2018, here now, in that same 2018, you know what they did? Benue belongs to Fulani headsmen by right of conquest, according to Daily Post. So you will not accuse IPOB. You will not say it is a Biafra newspaper. No. It's from a Nigerian newspaper. Benue belongs to Fulani headsmen by right of conquest. Professor Muhammad. And the people from Benue are still, they wake up in the morning and they say one Nigeria. And they're telling me that people are that well in the brain. Can you see it? They say to their people, come and conquer. They have come and they have conquered. It is here. They have come and they have conquered. Yes, as somebody said, they are playing Russian roulette, catch me and kill me. That's what we are doing with Fulani terrorists. If they catch you, if you're lucky, they behead you or they kill you, and this still continues the next day. The next news will come. Let us look at maybe Big Brother, or let us look at how things are going, how which celebrity is doing what. Confusing all of you, and you're being eaten up alive by the day. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who is responsible for this? Somebody from Middle Belt. It was God that laid the foundation for the disease that everybody is suffering today. We are the architects of our own misfortune. Today, Middle Belt is in trouble. They are turning it upside down. And who brought it about? A middle belt man, somebody from go on, a Christian for that matter. Look at this zoo today and where it is. We condone evil. I keep saying it. In fact, every morning and evening, those that pray to God, every black person, you must keep praying every blessed day. God, remove evil tendencies from my heart. God, remove jealousy. God, remove envy. God, remove wickedness. I'm a black man. Remove evil from me. I'm telling you the truth. Every blessed day. I'm telling you. Because we support evil. As I said before, we naturally gravitate towards iniquity. That is why the black race is backwards. And that is why it will continue until we change, until our brain, the way we reason, changes. Fulani are playing games with all of you. You don't know. I kept quiet for 7 days. They thought, oh, he's gone. Oh, now let us try and even accelerate our wickedness and our evil. It's no one that caused it. We are now on the verge today of total conquest because of the mistake that Britain made. Certain racists in the British colonial establishment, including the BBC, and to a lesser extent now, even today, BBC, they have continuously reinforced the superiority complex of neocolonialists. They denigrate, they subtly, very subtly, they insult and they demean you without anybody knowing. You think they're doing you a favor? Of course not. Very cleverly, of course I read in England, so I know their tricks. Very cleverly, they'll be insulting you and putting you down, but you will not know. And I tell you to an apple breeze, you will not know. Like a house rat. And they are chewing the sole of your feet. They are blowing you breeze. So you won't feel a thing. The thing we don't know, of course we know. Why do you think IPOB is as strong as we are? Because we know everything. We know all their games. We know the games that they are playing. That is why today, when you hear about Zamfara, people are selling their houses to bandits in Zamfara. According to an emir, the emir of Guzo, people are selling their houses to bandits. It's Zamfara. Bandits are now landlords. Who are bandits? These are Fulani terrorists from Mauritania, from Mali, just name it, from everywhere they have come. And you're still tomorrow morning. Nigeria, we need to reposition Nigeria. We need to restructure. When you know the solution lies in the complete dissolution of the damnable contraption. Black people are evil. If not that black people are evil, there is no way learned people, educated people can wake up to this rubbish every blessed day. Every blessed day, the same nonsense, the same garbage, no light, no water, no hospitals, no good schools, no jobs. You graduate, you come out, you have nothing, no hope, nothing whatsoever. And you still say you're Nigerian. God have mercy on your ignorance. Unbelievable. Bandits are now landlords. In Gujo, Fulani owns Benue by right, and be wasting your time. And what happened to the others in history will also happen to you. It will happen to you. Evil every blessed day. Please tell me how many Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian soldiers were killed in Katsina. This is not Meduguri, not Borno. In Katsina, the same state of the hard man, the general, no nonsense. You know, I remember when Tinubu was promoting Buhari before 2015 election. He is a hard man, a general, a no nonsense general. But in his state of Katsina, the late no nonsense general, Fulani terrorists, probably maybe from within or from outside, nobody knows, have now ambushed their Fulani terrorists or soldiers and killed 16 of them. Terrorists of terrorists. That's what is happening now. One is in uniform, one is in Islamic garb, is in Al-Qaeda outfit. Terror, fighting terror in the zoo in Katsina. And nobody has been sacked, nobody removed, nobody called to resign, nothing. Imagine if it was the Hejrika as the chief of army staff, and the terrorists will ambush Nigerian soldiers 16 and kill them in Katsina. Hey, they will come burn his house down. They will kill his whole family. But this rubbish is happening every blessed day. And what do? You keep quiet. Soldiers, zoo soldiers, 16 dead in Katsina. Hey, black people in this UG, black. There's something wrong with you people, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, black people. Your reasoning capacity is zero. Absolute zero. Absolute zero. And who caused all this nonsense is the amalgamation of the North and the South. The white man came without regard for anybody. Lugard came and said, Yoruba land, I'll divide you into two. Half will be in Dahomey, which is the Benin Republic, and half will be in the zoo. And your name is now Nigeria. And I keep asking this very simple question. There is a Yoruba person in Porto Novo, in Benin Republic, and a Yoruba man in Badagry. And they speak the same language, they eat the same food, everything is the same culture, everything is the same. And you divide them into, this is one thing about colonialism I don't understand. And why we have not challenged it, I do not know. You have a white man travel all the way from Scotland, Lugard, come to your land, Yoruba land, and cut you into two. And say one of you, your name is now Dahomey, the Benin Republic subsequently, and the other one you are Nigerians. And you accepted it. And that same white man now said, you that is the Yoruba man, Oduduwa man in Odua, man in Badagry, you are related to one Ahmed Kaparafi from Kanem Empire. Does that make sense to anybody? And that is, I keep trying to understand the level of black man's intellectualism. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Now that the whole world is saying Black Lives Matter and reviewing all the atrocities of colonialism, why is it not possible for us now to say no? That even the Oduduwa people in Benin Republic and the Oduduwa people in the zoo, Nigeria, they are all one people. What is wrong with that, I ask? What is wrong? I ask. Is Lugard that caused all this problem? Today people are saying, was the amalgamation of northern and southern Nigeria in 1914 a mistake? Of course it was a mistake. Who doesn't know it was a mistake? Oil and water can never mix. Can never, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. That is why there is no progress. That is why nothing is happening. That is why people graduate, come out of school with no jobs. Do you know the most frightening thing of all is that these graduates without a job, they are not even moved. They are not angry. They are not upset. They just get on with life and prayer and fasting. Why do you need to keep the zoo as one, knowing fully well that the amalgamation was a mistake? Why do you need to keep the zoo as one, knowing fully well that dividing people and conquering and ruling them the same way that the colonialists did was a very bad thing? Why can't we understand that? And in the midst of all of these things, in the midst of all this evil, you will think that something good will come somehow, maybe one day, but no. What is happening? Who? Remember the list I gave you before, or I rolled out before, about those who are in power, where they come from? Are they not all Fulani people? Now listen, how Nigerian government officials diverted $800 million from secret oil sales. Who are the people that did this, Fulani? No EFCC, none whatsoever. The same people. Now, former NNPC, I'm just reading you only the headlines. I don't want to disturb you too much because I'll take some calls in a minute. Former NNPC boss Yakubu claims 98% of over 3.8 billion found in his house are gifts. Cash, 3.8 billion. Cash. Where is he from? I mean, he's from the north. His name is Andrew Yakubu. Are you following? One Nigeria. Are you following in this whole one Nigeria garbage? How how they are squandering money left, right, and center. But there is EFCC and anti-graft, and he is fighting. Nigeria is winning the war, or should I say Nigeria is winning the war on corruption. The anti-corruption crusade. They have now received a certificate from Mozambique that they are doing very well. Rubbish, all nonsense, all garbage. 100 million barrels of crude oil shipped to China, sold for $800 million, shared by the late Abak Yari, Malami, and Maikanti Baru and others. All Fulani. This oil is the reason why they want one Nigeria. And the most painful part is that we are obliging them. We are allowing them to get away with murder. That is what I don't understand. How can God create a people to become so submissively docile that all this impunity is happening day after day and they do nothing? And Oduogele is in jail. And these are the people, they say in billions. Look at them, Fulani. And they want to go and arrest somebody in Igbo, and they are calling with all sorts of names for defending a defenseless woman. So if they will arrest the lady and take her away, and those that received $800 million will be the ones prosecuting her. You people are sick in the brain. Sure, you people are mad. People are mad. Who are the ones going to do the prosecuting? The same people that sold oil to China, pocketed $800 million. Yes. Of course, the Jew has fallen. And they know it. That is why before we come on, they panic. They know the whole world is listening. And they are worth nothing before the whole world. They are worth nothing. $800 million. Not Naira, dollars. And you are in one Nigeria. Shame on all of you. Who is going to probe the oil fraud? Who is going to probe? One person said, so somebody tells Buhari, ask for probe. Which Buhari, I ask you? Which Buhari? The one that can address the public or the one who cannot? Is it the one with a hole in the neck or the one that looks like a 25-year-old boy? What is wrong with you people? Keep deceiving yourselves. Keep lying to yourselves. Zoo animals everywhere. Zoological republic. Keep deceiving yourselves. Who is going to probe who? $800 million missing. And Oduogele is in jail. For 400 million naira they gave him to run PDP campaign. This is the beginning. This is crumbling left, right, and center, and they know it. Don't they know it? Of course they do. All the yappers, they will have something to yap about very soon. They will yap. They will run out of oxygen because we will give them something to yap about very, very soon. Look at the Jew falling and collapsing every day. They won't talk about it. 800 million missing. These are the idiots begging for foreign aid, grant. They will go to World Bank, give us loan. They go to IMF, give us loan. But meanwhile, that is one thing about black people. Meanwhile, the money you have inside, you are siphoning. You are stealing it. You can see for yourselves. Can you see it? Can you see it? Fulani in power. Don't worry, in 2093, you people will vote for them again. By that time, we'll be out anyway. I have no time for these idiots. They think we have to put up with this rubbish. Is this how a nation is supposed to function, a country? I'm asking you. Is this how a country is supposed to function? Some of you cannot answer. You can't answer, can you? Crude oil being shipped all over the place, asking for who is going to investigate who? Who? Is it Fulani? Investigating Fulani? How is that possible? How is that possible, I ask you? That these are a bunch of illiterates. Illiterates, they know nothing. If they were intellectuals, maybe you come and I can enjoy it. They are nothing. They are not absolutely nothing. Only to steal. Only to steal. Only to steal. Only to loot. The only thing Fulani knows is to loot. To loot. Every blessed day stealing and killing. That's all they do. Kill and steal. That's all they do. And you idiots are talking about one Nigeria. One Nigeria. Useless set of people. One of the few people that speaks up, that speaks the truth, His Eminence, and Cardinal Anthony Olubumi Okoje has spoken. He has decried the level of corruption going on. He is crying over corruption. Of course, the man that I respect very much, His Eminence. He's crying over corruption. Him and Kuka of Bishop Kuka is a very outspoken man that I have regard for. They are crying over the level of corruption in the country. But mind you, that in 2015, the Obama and everybody said, we need Buhari in order to fight corruption. Today, His Eminence is crying over corruption. Everybody is crying over corruption. So what have they been doing for 5 years? Buhari before he died and those who are ruling in his name. Black people. Black.
I repeat the way my leader said, useless set of people, one Nigeria by foot. Useless people that call themselves one nigger area. Useless set of people. Now, do because Bapi also can we came with the land Biafra. We got to go back home. We want to go back to the promised land, the land that Chukwokikabe Magle greater with milk and honey. Every good thing. We are going back home. We are going back home. And this is where we will call it a day. Tomorrow is another day. I still remain your humble servant, Mazi, Chidera, Oduogele. From Akanitem, I say keep listening to Radio Biafra because it's the only platform that you can be able to get truth. Truth that will set you free. A place you can be able to hear. Not Janjaweed area. Not place they have all the whole idiotic people that call themselves whatever they call themselves. But we are going back home. We are going back to our root, our own promised land. I say, may Chukwu Kikabiama keep strengthening all of us. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day. We will analyze everything tomorrow. From me, from here, I say good night.